Fear of doomsday as Southeast political leaders demand unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Hear the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 30th of September 2023, and I have a very important information for every one of you listening to me right now from where you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very information because this is one of the most important ones today. I said today. So I do not want to talk too much. Rather, I want to go straight and read the news in details, how it has been reported by People's Gazette. And as you can see on your screen, their own headline says, Southeast leaders demand release of Nnamdi Kanu for regional security. You can see the date, September 30th, 2023. Southeast leaders and governors have reiterated their call for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, imprisoned leader of the proscribed, according to them, they said proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, to reduce the security challenges in the region. They said the continuous incarceration of Mr. Kanu, even after a court of competent jurisdiction had freed him, had worsened the security situation in the zone. The leaders made the call during the 2023 Igbo Day celebration organized by the Ohaneze Ndi Igbo Worldwide and hosted by Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State on Friday in Enugu. Now, before I continue, I want to stress that what I'm reading right now has nothing to do with the agitation or fight for Biafra. I'm just bringing it to your notice for you to know or for you to see what is going on in Igbo land and what the so-called political elite have done. They just gathered in Enugu State and reached an agreement to push for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But it has nothing to do with us. We are not soft pedaling. I want to state it categorically clear that we are not soft pedaling, because last time they gathered in Imo State and discussed how they are going to meet Tinubu to discuss the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they went to Abuja and asked Lagbaja, who happens to be the chief of army staff of the zoo, to bring in military and slaughter innocent Biafrans in Imo State. Two of the governors, definitely, Pope Uzodimma and Peter Mba, called Simon and told him that, look, we are not going to Abuja because of Nnamdi Kanu. We are going there to ask for military personnel and hardware to kill your people. It happened. So this one cannot be, it's not a new thing to me or to us, because they did not start today. These people are evil. What they show you at your face is not what they do at your back. That is the reason why we can never trust these people. We can never believe in them. We can never believe anything they say until they do it. We see it with our own eyes. In fact, any politician from Igbo land, especially any Igbo politician, is a criminal. When they tell you good morning, you child that good morning, look into that very good morning, because there is a lie inside it. That morning, that good morning they tell you is a lie, a deceit. Because if you check your time very well, it could be afternoon. That is an average Igbo politician for you, because they are all hungry idiots serving the interests of the Fulani Caliphate. And they said, the event, which was chaired by Prince Atoeze, the chief executive officer of Atlas Oranto Petroleum Limited, had many prominent Igbo sons and daughters from the 5 southeast states, including Rivers and Delta states, in attendance. Now, Lezianun, imagine the chairperson of the so-called meeting, Atoeze that has said that it's only Fulani and Hausa can rule Nigeria. Igbos are servants and slaves to the Fulani. Atoeze is the chairperson of the so-called meeting. Because Fulani gave him an opportunity to own a petroleum company. And this oil in question is coming from his land, from Igbo land. Let me put it that way, Igbo land. Because where he comes from in Anambra State, we have oil here in Anambra State. Am I talking about the oil in Imo State? Am I talking about the oil in Abia State? Am I talking about oil in Delta State? Is Delta State not an Igbo land? Apart from the other side of Delta State, Warri and other places. So what are you telling me about? What about the oil in River State? Is River State not Igbo land? Apart from the side of Ogonianko. So tell me. Now we have oil in Enugu State in a very large quantity. So this Atoeze, you all know his atrocities in Igbo land. You all know what he has done and what he has said. These are the enablers of the Fulani Caliphate in our land who come here to kill and slaughter Igbo women and children. And we can never pay attention to them. We can never take them serious. Now they said, Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide, said most of the killings in the zone are blamed on the non-release of Mr. Kanu from detention. He said Ohaneze Ndigbo had carefully reviewed Mr. Kanu's case and could not find any just reason why he could not be released. The President General said Ohaneze had for several months pleaded with the federal government to release him. I hereby once again, on behalf of Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide, appeal to the federal government to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, more so when a court of competent jurisdiction in Nigeria has declared him innocent. I want to talk to Iwanyanwu briefly before I continue. That the so-called federal government of the zoo Nigeria is not in Enugu State. Although, I don't know what they referred as the federal government. If you are talking to the president, you must go to Abuja. Tinubu has a lot of headache and may not have the time to read this People's Gazette that I'm reading right now. So you have to go and meet him. By the way, last time when I checked, after the meeting that they had in Owerri, when these few governors went to Abuja, they said on the pages of newspaper, they said that they have gone to book appointment with the so-called Mr. President so that Igbo political leaders may go and pay him a visit to discuss the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And my question is this: for the past 3 to 4 months now after that first meeting, what is holding this meeting? What is stopping the so-called Igbo elite to have this, highly anticipated meeting with Mr. President to discuss or to persuade him to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Yet they are still having meeting here in Igbo land, not in Abuja. Iwanyanwu, stop deceiving our people. You know where Sorok is. Go there and talk to Tinubu. And they said, as the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, I consider myself a father, and it pains me so much when my children are killed on a daily basis. How many times will you say this, Iwanyanwu? It pains me when most of them have both their lives and livelihood destroyed. You people are the one destroying the lives and livelihood of Igbo youths. You know it. But we have come for you. You will no longer eat your cake and have it back. That time has passed. He said, I will strongly appeal to the federal government in view of the fact that over the past 2 years, the situation has persisted. We need to adopt a non-kinetic approach, he said. Did you get that? Oh, you people may not understand what happened here. Maybe you can understand a bit. They said, it pains me when most of them have both their lives and livelihood destroyed. Now listen. He said, I will strongly appeal to the federal government in view of the fact that over the past 2 years, the situation has persisted. Now, I wish I have time to analyze this. Remember there's a confession made by Ifeanyi Ejiofor a couple of years ago. He said he has been having series of meetings with Igbo political leaders to find a way to stop insecurity in Igbo land. Now they went to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, thinking that they are going to stop the so-called insecurity in Igbo land. And now Iwanyanwu has made a blunder here which he never knew until maybe he listens to this broadcast till this minute. He will understand. He said, in view of the fact that over the past 2 years, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, renditioned, and incarcerated in the DSS Gulag, for the past 2 years, the situation has persisted. If it's only this one that I will not continue reading, I will be fine. Did you get? I will have my time to analyze this. That for the fact that over 2 years after they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, thinking that they are going to end Biafra, that when they say insecurity or situation, they are talking about Biafra, not insecurity, not any situation, no, not security situation, no. They are talking about Biafra. They say that after kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the past 2 years, that Biafra has continued. How long will you continue kidnapping and killing innocent people because you are fighting to stop Biafra? Now, he added that he strongly believed that if Mr. Kanu was released and a non-kinetic approach was adopted, the unnecessary killings and destruction of lives and property would be reduced and even stopped. Mr. Iwanyanwu, who described the Igbo Day celebration as an important event for all Igbos, said the event was the beginning of a turnaround for Southeast development and transformation. In an opening remark, Adeze said it had become necessary for the leadership of Ohaneze to positively engage the federal government for the release of Mr. Kanu, whose reported health condition attracts huge sympathy. He explained that Igbos had met some cases relating to marginalization in the past, and while some of the cases may have had merit, I am of the view that long-lasting results can be achieved through roundtable discussions, strong undivided leadership, and an organized political structure. Based on this, no number of meetings with the federal government or political consultations on the matter will be too many. If the governors fail to do something urgently to arrest the current financial and human capital flight currently being experienced in the Southeast, the trend will continue to do irreparable damage to the posterity of the people, Mr. Eze said. While congratulating President Bola Tinubu for his victory at the polls, Mr. Eze appealed to him to accommodate more Igbos in his administration. Speaking, Ebonyi Governor Francis Nwifuru, represented by his deputy Patricia Obila, emphasized the need for all Igbos to unite and speak with one voice to ensure the speedy release of Mr. Kanu as well as the development of Igbo land. Welcoming the celebrant, Governor Mba of Enugu said he was excited about the large turnout of people that attended the event. He also expressed the need for the Igbos to unite to realize their full potential towards developing the region. The governor also said there was a need for the states in the Southeast to see themselves as a single entity and engage in huge investment to develop the area. Mr. No Sit at Home is talking. Mr. No Sit at Home is speaking. Of course not. While appreciating Ohaneze for organizing the Igbo Day, the governor of Anambra State, Charles Soludo, said Igbos should stop lamenting insecurity in the zone, but acknowledge that today is better than yesterday. He said, there is no crime-free society anywhere in the world, adding that the Southeast governors should work together for the benefit of all Igbos. Our future is in Nigeria. Their future is in Nigeria, Africa, and the world, and an itinerary tribe shouldn't be an intolerable nation. The highlight of the event were the state-by-state dances and the award of honors to Igbo past heroes. I want to be very, very sincere to them. If these criminal politicians in Igbo land know exactly what they are doing, nobody will tell them what to do. I'm telling you the truth. Isi sepunti abado bu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We don't need any negotiation. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and negotiate with him, because I know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stands for, and I know what is going to be his stand, even though he is free or still in the DSS Gulag. Let the man be free and ask him what he wants and how to go about it. Because you cannot be fighting insecurity, fighting sit at home, fighting Biafra at the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's not going to work, because before you kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and rendition him to the zoo, he has already trained millions of Mazi Nnamdi Kanus. This is something that they did not know. That is the reason why they failed woefully, because they wanted to use the DOS to destroy the agitation. That is the reason why immediately they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, everywhere went cold. They didn't even tell anybody that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has issues, even though they were scheduled to meet on Zoom on the 19th. That same day he was kidnapped, and the meeting never held. The meeting did not hold, and they kept mute. They never told anybody what was going on. They were even confusing us, using his Twitter handle to tell us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming on air, when they know very well that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was already in the hands of the enemies. So these criminal politicians wanted to use the so-called DOS to destroy the agitation, to destroy the Biafra agenda after kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But they failed. And before you know it, boom, autopilot came into existence. Mazi Simon Ekpa came into existence. Autopilot is here. Biafra Republic government in exile is here. And they can no longer control the situation. That is the reason why they are now running up and down, running helter-skelter, because it has gone beyond what they thought. It's no longer in the hands of DOS. Nobody is listening to DOS anymore. And what I want to let them understand is this: Biafran people want freedom. They want exit from the zoo. That is the reason why immediately Simon Ekpa came up with autopilot, and everybody followed him. All Biafrans, 95% of Biafrans who have been following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, channel their energy, their focus, and their faces onto Mazi Simon Ekpa and autopilot. Because of what? They all need freedom. They knew that DOS has sold out. That's why they abandoned DOS and followed Simon Ekpa. So I want Igbo politicians to understand this and know very well that kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has failed woefully, so they should release him and negotiate with him. Thank you, my people. To Salo Numozia and make it go viral.